So today I want to show you Crazy Quilt, and I have a lot of scrap material because I used to quilt, and I'm not up to doing a big quilt, but I wanted to show you this. I hope you can kind of see it. It's a jacket that we did with Crazy Quilt, and if you look closely at it, let me bring up a sleeve, you can see that I did the zigzag stitch across all of my pieces. And this is on machine, but you can actually do Crazy Quilt with just hand thread, and I'm going to show you some of the things if you want to do it that you can use. And see, I put a cuff in. You might need a little bit of a machine to do some of this. You could do it by hand even if you don't want to, but let me show you first what we need to do that. I have this doesn't have to be new. This is an old sweatshirt that I've worn for many years, and I haven't worn it in many years too. But I generally buy bigger than what I need, especially when I know I want to turn it into a crazy quilt. So you'll need a sweatshirt, and you'll need some thread. If you're going to do it on machine, just get colored thread to kind of coordinate with your patches. You'll need some scrap material. You can go to Joann's. Joann's has the squares. I think they're quarter squares. You can buy those, buy a bunch of different colors that you like. You'll need some needles, and these are embroidery needles. You'll also need some DMC threads, and I have 2 boxes full of threads that I've wound already, so I'm going to use what I have. Let me put that back. And then the other thing, I'm going to show you a book that I have a couple books that do Crazy Quilt. Let's see, how do I get that to, there we go. I like my Kindle because then I can put a lot of things on here without taking up book space. Okay, this is called Stunning Stitches for Crazy Quilts, and it has 480 embroidery designs, which let me show you. You can kind of see she's used beads, she's used lace, and then there are different, she's used some things that were pre-made, but then she's made ribbon embroidery flowers. But these are a few of the stitches that you can use that she has in here. Let me push that out of the way so it doesn't glare. So the one that I first learned was called the feather stitch, and that's the one I'm going to use a lot of on this. So if you want to get your things together, you need scissors too, but you need fabrics, and we don't worry too much about, like when you make a quilt, you have to have everything square and, you know, the corners just right. With Crazy Quilts, you don't have to do that. So let me talk to you a little bit about, and if you get this ready for the next lesson, then I'll show you the stitch that is real popular that we use a lot of. So one of the first things that you'll want to do is you want to cut off, and you want to cut as close as you can to the seam so that you're saving as much of your fabric. But you're going to cut off the neck. You're going to cut off the ribbing of the sleeves, and I just generally go in here and cut real close. And you're going to cut off the entire waist. So those 1, 2, 3, 4 things are going to be gone. The next thing you're going to want to do, and I do it this way, I go ahead and fold my sweatshirt in half, and then I will mark down here, and then I will measure to make sure I've kind of gotten it pretty good, because you want to open this. If you don't want to open it, then you don't have to do this. Then the other thing that we did, oh, let me see, we went ahead and cut up the sides, each side. So this is the side, we cut up the side, and you'll have to be careful with this. And then you cut the arm open. So along this sleeve, you'll want to cut that open. You pretty much want everything to lay flat. Okay, so you could save this one for last, the middle one, because it will lay flat if you have all the seams open and all of the thingies open. So I am going to save this last center cut for last. So I'll meet you back here in about a week maybe. I'm hoping a week. And I will show you what I've done to cut it, but then I'll also show you how to get started making patches, how we lay them down, how we get them started. Okay, and again, if you're going to use a sewing machine, it's a little bit different, and I will tell you the difference next time. Okay, I hope this has been a little bit entertaining and fun, and I hope you join me while we do this. Okay, bye-bye.